Halloween Horror Nights season is ramping up, and that means that we have some new speculation to talk about today. That's because Horror Night Nightmares has dropped their first speculation map for the Hollywood event, so there's some properties on there that you guys may not have expected. All that and more up next. What's up, everybody? My name is Scott. You're watching Exploring Attractions, and if you're new here, consider subscribing down below with those bell notifications on. Leave this video a like at the end if you enjoyed it. Help us get to that 10,000 subscriber goal. We are so close, and I have a feeling that after this video comes out, we'll have reached that goal. And that's all thanks to the support of you guys, so from the bottom of my heart, thank you all for continuously supporting this channel. But that's right, we have a brand new Halloween Horror Nights 2023 update, and this one's going to surround the event at Universal Studios Hollywood. Horror Night Nightmares has dropped their speculation map for Hollywood, the first version of it. A week ago, we got the Orlando map, but there's no Hollywood map to follow. Today, we do have that Hollywood map, and there's lots to talk about in this, as well as some properties that you did not expect to make this list. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. As always, all of these houses are rumors until confirmed by Universal themselves, but it's fun to speculate on the potentials. And for house number 1, rumored to be located in the Waterworld queue, Blumhouse, the Horrors of Blumhouse featuring Megan and Insidious. Obviously, we saw the Horrors of Blumhouse last year in this location with Freaky and the Black Phone. Arguably a decent maze in my opinion. Wasn't anything bad. It wasn't anything that you could say, oh, it was one of the worst mazes of all time or houses of all time, but definitely was not up there with the competing houses throughout the event of 2022. However, this year we have Megan and Insidious rumored for the Horrors of Blumhouse. I do think there's plenty of potential with Megan. There's different scenes that they can pull off. However, there's not a whole lot of room to work with the movie if you guys have watched it before. And then with Insidious, there's tons of content to work with that. I just hope that they do Insidious right if this does become true. Rumored for the Walking Dead location, currently just an open building, just completely empty right now. Last year we had Universal Horror Hotel, but this year it's rumored for The Last of Us. Lots of fans want to see The Last of Us come to Halloween Horror Nights in some form or fashion, whether it be featured in some scare zone or maybe even a haunted house. Well, on the map that Horror Night Nightmares has put out, it's speculated as a haunted house going in the Walking Dead location, and this is one of those shared IPs between both Orlando and Hollywood as the Horrors of Blumhouse is. And then we have the Universal Monsters Haunted House, and this is just titled Universal Monsters Paris. So what exactly does that entail? Well, when I read that, I think immediately of the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Quasimodo we've seen featured before on both coasts, more recently in the Monster Masquerade Scare Zone back in 2018. There's actually a concept art of what his character is supposed to look like. Could this be his own standalone haunted house in Universal Monsters? That's just the small connection that I'm making there with Paris and the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Or is it going to be a combination of different Universal Monsters? In Orlando, it's actually rumored to be right now the Phantom of the Opera and Dracula, which is kind of an odd mix, but that's what it's rumored to be right now. No ties in with the Hunchback of Notre Dame at all. That's just my best guess, and this would be located in the Persian Courtyard if it does come true. And actually, construction has started for the Persian Courtyard, so now we have the Curious George tent and the Persian Courtyard, which have both officially started construction for Halloween Horror Nights 2023. Rumored for the Mummy queue is one that we've seen on the Orlando map, where it's just a bunch of Japanese characters. I previously speculated that this could be Japanese creatures of some sort. Maybe since it is in Hollywood, it could be something themed around spirits and demons from the East. I'm thinking maybe it could be that, like a Hollywood's own original. But if it was a Hollywood original, then why would Orlando also be doing it? Now, that's not to say that they wouldn't be sharing originals, because that's very possible. We've seen it last year with Scarecrow the Reaping. But this could be something else. So I don't know. I'll be curious to see how this one develops on the future versions of the speculation maps that Horror Night Nightmares puts out. One of the rumored soundstage houses is one that we actually have seen in Orlando. Nightingale's Blood Prey. Now, Nightingale's was an awesome house in Orlando, and shout out to the Halloween Horror Nights Wiki website, because I'm going to read a little bit of the description that they have on there. The Nightingales are creatures that have existed since time began, feeding on the weak, ill, and dying in wars and natural disasters. Patrolling World War I era trenches, you discover that you are more than just at war. you're being hunted by, of course, the Nightingales. Patrol in World War I era trenches, discover you're more than just at war. You're being hunted by savage, shape-shifting banshees. Within every war, the Nightingales have appeared. Able to transform themselves to fit any setting, these savage banshees feed on the weak and the helpless. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that description sounds very gruesome, but it sounds like a lot of fun too. It sounds like something that we'll see with Scarecrow and the Reaping. Obviously, we saw them convert Orlando's Scarecrow over to Hollywood's, and it was a massive success. Actually, one of the top 3 haunted houses of this past year's event was Scarecrow. It was always popular, so I am all for Hollywood getting another Orlando original. I would like to see something like Graveyard Games or maybe even Slaughter Cinema, especially Slaughter Cinema, tying into that whole Hollywood theme. But honestly, I'm okay with Nightingales, and I'm okay if we just get any Orlando original over at the Hollywood event this year. But if you listen closely, I mentioned one of the houses in Soundstage 29, and that's because on this map, it is rumored to have 2 houses in Soundstage 29, similar to what they do in Orlando. They use one soundstage for 2 haunted houses, and it works out perfectly because that means that they can have more houses at the event. This will make it to where we have 9 haunted houses this year. And that other rumored haunted house in Soundstage 29 is that guitar with the lightning bolt. Now, previously I was talking about how this could be the music house. So this could be some form of music house. I read the comments and I thought about different things, and like I said, I would like to see the Weeknd come back, although I don't think this resembles it as much. This could be somewhere along the lines of Metallica, or maybe even something else. Maybe if you dig a little bit deeper into it, if you think about a guitar and a lightning bolt, could this be some form of Eddie Munson's Stranger Things Season 4 type of deal that we're doing here? Maybe that's the hint. Who knows? Obviously, thinking about the guitar, like I said, it could be Metallica, which would be very good. That'd be awesome to have 2 originals in a soundstage because they can do so much with it. We've seen what Orlando's been able to do with original, and although Metallica's not an original, they are already an established band, they're using their original ideas to bring this to life. So that'd be awesome to see 2 original haunted houses in Soundstage 29, but we got to think of the possibility of that guitar having some resemblance to Eddie Munson's guitar in Stranger Things. Moving on to the Terror Tram, it's rumored as Terror Tram celebrities. Now, could this mean like celebrities of Universal past, just characters and icons that we've seen in the past? Maybe even Jack the Clown makes an appearance in this. I don't know. I don't want to read too much into Terror Tram celebrities. I'm sure someone's going to come up with a phenomenal idea, and I'm just going to look dumb here. But Terror Tram celebrities, not much I can really say about it. The Terror Tram will most likely come back this year, and it would probably just be the same level of detail as it was last year and years past. But one more lower lot that I want to talk about, which, this is the IP that I said may shock you guys a little bit here. Where Killer Clowns from Outer Space was located at last year is rumored to be The Exorcist. The Exorcist would be returning for its 3rd year. More recently, we saw it come back in 2021, and before that, we saw it in 2016. I think it's time to put The Exorcist to bed, quite literally. I know, I'm a quite funny guy, but The Exorcist, I don't know. This just me. It doesn't get me excited. It doesn't get me out of bed. There's another one. I think this may change, but then again, why would they put The Exorcist on their speculation map if there wasn't some little truth to it? Typically, Horror Night Nightmares is pretty spot on with their maps, of course, with a few adjustments here and there. And the last 2 houses that are speculated, or one's actually confirmed in the Curious George tent, which is Chucky. That's already been announced since closing night of last year. And then another Curious George tent haunted house that's rumored just has a clown logo. What could this clown logo be? Well, there's lots of things that come in my head. Obviously, the one obvious one being a clown original haunted house, being another original house for Hollywood, which is awesome because you love to see originals taking over in Hollywood. We've seen Clowns 3D before, and that was done with the music of Slash, and I enjoyed that house quite a bit. I know some people didn't like it because of the whole 3D aspect, but I think it was a fun kind of break from just all the gruesomeness, and it had like a fun twist to it, while also having its scary aspects. Or this could be based around some form of IP, and when I think IP, is this Terrifier? Terrifier's seen some massive success in the box office and is actually known now to be one of the more gruesome films in our recent times. So could this be Terrifier? There's just a clown logo. We know nothing more. There's no wording other than Curious George sent underneath it. So could this be Terrifier? Could this be an original clown haunted house? Or could we be getting Killer Clowns from Outer Space back once again? Which I think is most likely not true. Other than that, that's going to sum it up for our speculation today. Huge shout out to Horror Night Nightmares always for putting these maps out and getting us all excited. Like I said, this is all just rumors and speculation until Universal confirms it themselves. But right now you can actually go to the parks and see construction starting for Halloween Horror Nights 2023. Let us know down below in the comment section what you think of this speculation map. My name is Scott and you've been watching Exploring Attractions. Please subscribe down below with those bell notifications on. Positivity is key, and most importantly, remember to keep exploring. Peace out, everybody.